Good evening. It was April 23rd, 1951, at an all-black school comprised of mostly tar paper shacks with no heat in Farmville, Virginia. Then 16-year-old Barbara Johns conspired with several other students to trick the principal to leave the school, and while he was gone, they tricked the teachers into gathering the students together for an assembly. At that assembly, Barbara Johns gave a speech that convinced the entire student body to walk out and protest over their school conditions. At great risk of danger to themselves and their families, Barbara Johns and 450 other students marched to City Hall to demand safer, better schools and equal education. Their actions generated a great amount of media attention and resulted in a lawsuit that later became part of the famous Brown versus Board of Education Supreme Court case that ruled racially segregated schools are illegal in our country. Now, I bring you this piece of history not just to illustrate the long celebrated tradition of student protests in our state and our country, but also to help you understand the ultimate futility of your attempts to suppress it. You see, eventually, Barbara Johns was celebrated for her actions that day. We even have a building named after her in Virginia's Capitol Square. But at the time, she was threatened and crosses were burned in her yard. What we learned from Barbara Johns and many others is that regardless of any policy or law or consequence, be it imprisonment, violence, or even death, the threats of tyranny will never be more powerful than the promises of freedom. It was Da Vinci that said, "Nothing strengthens authority so much as silence." I've read your new policy on student demonstrations, and it's clearly an attempt to strengthen your authority by silencing your students. Authority is not but the crutch of poor leaders. Only weak leaders fear a free society, and attacks on freedom only prove that a leader has forgotten their place as a servant of the people. Tyranny will always breed rebellion, because a leader that is not a servant of the people cannot be anything else but an enemy of the people. Remember that and make good decisions.